internet. How the hell are ya? Yeah, what's up, live audience? How the hell are ya? Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to start the meltdown? It will brings me great pleasure to welcome my host and mine, Mr. Morris Bartlett.
Hi, internet. How are you? Oh my God, this is fantastic. Damn, hey, the world's coming back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice. I worked a job that pays like money, like for the first time since March. Like not hustling people for paying me money on the internet or like comedy shows or graphic design or fucking sticking up people on the street. None of those things. Like a place where I had to fill out paperwork.
Sticking up people. I like how you mug people like you're in the 40s. See?
Yeah.
Stick them up, yeah?
Yeah, I put my finger in my pocket. Right?
That's how you get me too real quick.
Yeah?
Real quick.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been nice. I don't know. Life's been nice lately, right?
We have, yeah.
I mean, listen, it's easy to think that because I've been watching the news and comparing myself to it, and I'm just so, for the first time in my life, I am not jealous of America. Right?
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
all the things that I wanted to be a part of are all moving to other states, so that's great. Good. And also, we have fully embraced bro life. We're bros now.
Yeah, Morris pointed this out to me earlier, and he's like, we're bros now. And I was like, no, we're not.
Listen, it's not necessarily that we are bros. It's not necessarily that we are bros. It's that we've been being bros.
Right, and then I thought about it, and I was like, what have we been doing? We've been lifting a kettlebell in the living room.
We've been smoking hella weed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saying the word hella.
Yep. We've been yelling Cape Fear quotes at each other.
Yeah. Quotes that have nothing to do with working out again. Like I'll be like lifting a kettlebell.
I'll be like, don't step on my lines, counselor.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
And then all we've been watching is UFC Fight Island.
Yep, we've been watching a lot of fights.
Yeah,
I am currently in a sleeveless jean vest.
Yeah, I could easily pop this collar up
and
we're good to go.
I'm in a cutoff beer shirt, a free beer shirt. You have points in your mustache. We are bros. I'm just saying, man.
I thought it was the Fireball shirt. So you have two liquor shirts. Yes. Okay.
As a non-drinker, I have two liquor shirts. Yes.
Yes.
So I don't know what that says about my life.
Both showing those sexy sides. Look at that go.
Yeah,
Good
right.
For you.
Just
yeah,
showing my fat ass lats. I can't get skinny, and it's killing me. I've been eating nothing and lifting weights, and it's not working.
It's the weightlifting. We're also going to get boxing gloves and start beating the shit out of each other in the backyard.
Oh my God.
We are. We
started beating such the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And like,
we watched one UFC event and we're like, we got this.
Bro. Okay, but can my boxing gloves be like gold? Like that's happening.
For real. I messaged my old Muay Thai coach. He's like, I got two colors. I got red and gold. And I was like, do you have two pairs of gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's just going to be more skilled than I am, and eventually I'm going to get frustrated at that, and I'm just going to use the fact that I'm 70 more pounds than he is.
It will happen, yeah.
And it'll happen, and it will be a hollow victory.
I can't wait for
it will, like, harm our friendship.
I can't wait for the neighbors to call. Like, I'm like, yeah, there's
be like,
two.
they're fucking in the backyard.
Yeah. We'll just be passed out from exhaustion. It's like we smoke way too much bong to be able to keep up a
We're gonna have a ring with like a bong
5-minute round. Yeah.
You've been cooking. Speaking of marijuana.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I made some brownie or some like banana bread a couple weeks ago.
Yep. Some
not very
strong.
strong.
Not very strong.
So I doubled down. And it worked
made
a lot.
Some fucking cookies.
It worked a lot.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
As a seasoned pothead, there is not much that can get me like new guy high anymore.
Yeah.
Right. There's not much where I'm gonna have a problem out in the world, but like, man, some fucking edibles will do it.
Yeah, this is how high I got. I went to Bilo to go get some munchies. And the whole time I'm like in line at Bilo, I'm like, holy fuck, you're way too high to be in this store, Ty. Like, what? I'm like, you got this. Like, you got this. Just like pay attention to where you are in line and everything will be okay. So like the lady goes ahead of me and I'm like, you're next in line, you got this. I have my money like ready to go. Like I'm a 5-year-old whose mom has sent him to like, you know, like you need to get milk and cheese. And I'm like, milk and cheese, milk and cheese, milk and cheese. Cool, right? So I'm like waiting in line. I get it. And it's like one of the things was like $4 off and she didn't calculate that into the price because all I bought was that and then some broccoli. And in my head, I'm like, that's a lot of money for what I just spent because it has this $4 off thing. But I'm also really high and cannot do math.
Right.
Maybe it's just really good broccoli that I bought. And then she ends up like, it's just, and then she realizes that it's like the $4 off thing. She's like, oh my God. So then I have to give the receipt back that she just gave me. She has to fucking ring that in, and now I'm like super paranoid that I fucked something up.
Right.
And then she gives me the $4 back, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so high.
He said in the middle of a grocery store.
And then she looked at me, and I was like, on weed though. It's on weed.
Right.
Like
yeah.
it was
on weed.
And I just like shamelessly stuffed this broccoli in my bag and left.
The situation that much, honestly.
Not at all.
No. Oh God, I'm so high.
Dude, I was so confident before I got to that register too. I was like, you fucking got
I have definitely done that. I have definitely done that where I'll be like hanging out all day at home doing that thing, and then the moment I step out of the house, I'm like, oh no, I cannot
fucking
handle
lighting,
this right
dude.
now. Yeah, and then some chatty neighbor will try and stop us on the way out. Be like, bro, I can't deal with this.
Yeah, we do.
I gotta leave.
Yeah.
We
have a lot of chatty neighbors.
Yeah, that'll
always
happen.
too high to fucking deal with.
You know what else we did? We did on a cookie is we went to a live show, not this show. We went to comedy shows. Comedy shows are back.
They're back, baby.
Holy shit! We went to like a dirty show by a bunch of dudes who like. Last time I checked in on them, their like shows were like pretty a little disorganized and kind of sparsely attended. And then we showed up, and like I think everybody. I mean,
oh man, it was such a fun time. It was such a good show. So like, yeah, shout out to Adrian Joseph and like Drapers are in that too, right? Yeah, and Draper as well.
Because that's fucking dope.
Yeah,
of
that
them.
shit was super sick. And then
their shows are getting tight.
Adam Jacobson hosted a fucking really good night there too. So that was super sick. So yeah, check out the shows around town. Stuff's happening again, people.
Adam Jacobson will not come on this show because it's broadcast on the internet. And I've bothered him about it. And he's like, I don't think I'm good enough to publish anything yet. I'm like, you fucking. Sorry, I was about to get canceled. Firstly, I will fucking decide. Secondly, I might just be bringing you up here as a human sacrifice. That's my fucking business.
I thought are you gonna get like angry and angrier like a certain person's speech patterns? And like, I will decide when Adam Jacobson comes on the show and he does it, and it will be great, and he will have a good time. It's better because I have the mustache.
I might. We're both very charismatic. I'm sick of these Adam Jacobson. Adam Jacobson is Jewish, for the record.
He will sit there or over there. I don't care what it is.
Great.
Oh my God.
Great.
So come on the show, Adam. You're totally welcome here.
Yeah. You're very welcome to come to this time and place, Adam Jacobson. He's not even, like, he's good, and I want him on the show, but he's not good enough that I should have done a public call-out.
Oh, it's worth it, bro.
Okay. Great.
Nazi jokes, come
Great.
on.
Perfect.
Everyone loves us.
We have a nice, weird little show tonight,
We do, yeah.
We have some of my favorite shit going on. For continuous fans of the Meltdown, we have gotten one of our. There was a period where we were getting acts from all over the country because we could do that because I was stuck in my living room and everybody was on Zoom, so we might as well get people on Zoom from everywhere. And we discovered this fucking gem named Colton Turcotte, and you're gonna see him probably commit a crime up here later tonight. I'm so fucking excited for that. He's traveled here for this, which I'm pretty sure is illegal, but he's not the kind of guy. He's sort of law agnostic. So, you know, that's gonna happen. We have a poet.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a
birthday boy.
We have a birthday boy. He's a friend of the show. I'm not gonna do that whole thing now. We'll do that whole thing later. We'll just make it really inconvenient for him and probably interrupt his set. And then, and we have an act. You know, like when people come on the show, I usually be like, hey, do you have any idea what kind of thing you want to do? It's not just like any kind of show. You gotta like think ahead of time what you're gonna do. And he was like, I don't know, man. I'll just wing it. All right, dude. Yeah, let's see how that fucking goes. So I don't know, man. Should we get into the show?
He has the accent to say like if that accent says wing it. I'm like. Fucking, it sounds like he's got it under control.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a decent show. All right, let's start at the beginning then, shall we? Your first act of the evening was apparently like a medium big deal in the poetry world at one point, until she realized that in order to be a poet, you have to hang out with poets. And so she stopped doing that, but we were able to unearth her. We dug up her coffin, we cracked it open, we attached jumper cables to all of her sensitive parts and got hit by lightning. We're screaming, "It's alive!" And I made her dig up some funny poems, and here they are. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the one and only Victoria Fraser.
My condom. Also a tiny shower cap. Yes. For my snake. You can tell by my boob sweat I'm nervous. Okay, it's been a while. I'm just gonna do 2 poems, and that's what it's gonna be. Yeah. This first one is called For the Moss Man. I'm just gonna fucking get into it. You can do some background, whatever, if you want.
What do you want?
This one's a little sexy.
Oh.
The next one is the less sexy. So a little sexy. Something to go with the boob sweat. Thank you. All right, here we go. I'm not this tall. What am I doing? There we go. Most people make me wish I could live like a polyp, an inverted mucus-covered jellyfish with poisonous tentacles. Essentially, it's slimy and hates everyone except Nemo. But with you, I don't want to be just a sessile sea anemone. I'd rather be a crustacean. Forget those plain cnidarians. If we're crustaceans, then you and I can shed our exoskeletons together. Or maybe we can become a couple of parasites. We'll multiply our kind a couple thousand times an hour until the whole world is controlled by nematodes. Also called roundworms for those of you non-biology nerds. One thing I'd rather not be with you is an opiliones, aka a daddy with insanely long legs. They give birth to hundreds of kids at a time, and they eat their children. I would rather not be a cannibal, but damn, if you were an opiliones, I wouldn't be able to stop myself from checking out that abdomen. And when I see you in our biolab, dissecting an amphibian with a scalpel in hand, damn, I just can't handle it. If I were a bryophyte moss, I'd use my archegonia, like moss ovaries, which are better than people ovaries because you don't gush blood once a month. But I digress. I'd use my archegonia to make mini moss babies with you all year round. I would inhale sunlight and use my chloroplasts to convert it into oxygen just to be next to you. I realize that we're just a couple of hominids with binocular vision and that there are plenty of chordates in the sea. But I swear, when we were embryos and our notochords are developing into backbones, evolution intended for us to fit together. I know I'm just one of many bilateral species, and I'm not quite as sexy as those platyhelminthes, flatworms, which are similar to roundworms, but they have kinkier sex. Look up penis fencing and you will not be disappointed. I know I'm no flatworm, but we're both primates, so if you want to go out sometime, I am available. I wrote that once. Thank you. Thank you for the sexy background noise. That was like 16-year-old me hitting on a guy, kind of, that I liked. Once.
Did it work?
No.
Weird.
Right?
Okay.
All right, this one's not as sexy, but I mean, if you want to do... What kind of background music? I don't know. What do you like?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Give me something weird. Something weird. Something funky.
Okay, all right.
I'm asking for it, I know. That's all right. So this poem was just I'm gonna get the title is in progress, to be honest, despite how old it is. But anyways, okay, here we go. I find a gecko in my suitcase. After coming back from Cuba, a gecko whose name I don't know. Just called him my gecko. He meets my friends at a Halloween party, wins best costume. Nobody knows he is actually a literal gecko. The wine bottle is too big for him to carry home, so we pop the cork at the party. Drink the wine in the backyard and both get the hiccups. We go to the opera, even though neither of us like it. Got a good deal on Groupon. We end up on the game show Cash Cab. Never need to call a friend or ask a stranger. We win $1,000 because all the questions are lizard and salamander and gecko facts I don't know, but luckily he did. He is literally a gecko. The largest gecko is only 14 inches long. He is not. Geckos are nocturnal. He is. Salamanders are amphibians and geckos are reptiles. He does not like being called a salamander. He meets my family at our Christmas Eve party, dresses up as Santa Claus. My brother says my lizard love is the best Santa Claus we've ever had, even though we've never even had a Santa Claus at our Christmas Eve party. My gecko gives me a toe ring and we kiss under the mistletoe. It's a little bit on the nose, but anyways. I never thought I would fall in love with a lizard. Years pass. We're living together. I bathe him in Tupperware containers, but over time we grow apart. We break up in a Tim Hortons parking lot. He thinks maybe we should see other species. I tell him I will never love anyone like I love him. He says he loves me too, but there's something he needs to do. He takes a sip from his iced cap, stops moving. Mouth stuck to straw, he is frozen in place, cold-blooded. I cry for days after, tear up photographs of us together, but I keep his skin from all the times he shed in our bed. We don't see each other for years, but it feels like minutes. Fuck you, Morris. That is romantic, okay? I try not to think about him when I pass the pet store in Metrotown on Boxing Day. I decide I'm going to buy an escalator. The saleswoman says she recognizes me from her favorite episode of Cash Cab. Are you still dating the salamander? He was so cute. What was his name again? I changed my mind about buying an escalator. I leave the lady selling the escalators. I pass the ShamWow guy, the food court, the bathroom, the pet store, the food court, the bathroom. I stop at the fighting pit. There's a fighting pit in Metrotown Mall, guys, and I see him there. In the fighting pit, I see him, my ex-gecko soulmate, in a tiny gladiator outfit. And I remember all the things I loved about him, from his tail twitching in his sleep to his tongue tickling my cheek. I remember when we pressed our hands into fresh cement and he had to use his whole body instead because his hands were too small. I remember visiting him with his grandmother in the hospital and how he held her hand, played cards with her, and made her laugh. I remember when he wiped away my tears with his tail on the day my cat died. He looks up at me from the fighting pits, war paint on his tiny face, and he says, "I promise to avenge you." Then he turns back to his rival, Hugh Jackman. Not Wolverine, but not someone he could win against. And they fight to the death, but I can't stand to watch, so I run from the mall to the SkyTrain to my home, and I hate Hugh Jackman for stealing my Dunkaroos in grade 2, and I wish I'd never told my gecko love about Hugh Jackman, and I cry until the pillowcase is full of snot and tears, and I can barely breathe. I hold a blurry picture of us. I'm holding him in one hand, and we are touching noses. Tears dry. I know I will never see my ex-gecko love again. Thank you.
That was Victoria Fraser, everyone. That was extremely biology oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your act was very nature planety. Yeah, great.
Nature planety.
And it got...
You avoided copyright there. That was really good.
Did I? Yeah. Oh, I think I didn't do that on purpose. I think I just don't know what I'm saying. Great. Great. All right, cool. Oh, hey, Victoria, I have something for you. It's a present. You have the very first, one of the very first batch of Meltdown buttons. So go ahead, have that. That's for you. Great. We have buttons now. We're trying to be grown-ups. We have merch, the whole thing.
We're trying to be grown-ups. We have buttons.
Yeah, man. If there's anything I know about grown-ups, about people, about accomplished men in their mid-30s, it's that they spend money on buttons. I'm just saying. Great. Okay, this, are we ready? Are we prepared? This is, I met your next act in the news. He was leading a satanic cult. He has since proven that he's probably the best satanic cult leader that has ever lived. I'm so fucking excited to have his flesh here. When he came in the room, the whole place smelled like sulfur and the lights dimmed by themselves. He's a wonderful, 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 evil, strange egg. I love him. If you've been watching The Meltdown, you love him too. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the stage the Dark Lord himself, Colton Turcotte.
Hello. Thank you, Morris, for that. Yeah, let's give a hand for Morris. He's seen the Captain Marvel movie 140 times. So you have to give it to him for the commitment. Yes. All right, where's the camera here? There it is?
Yeah.
Okay. This part of the show is the premium content show. So if you're not part of the premium package, please click away now. You wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't steal a purse. But please do the right thing and click away. I guess one other thing, I want you all to check out this video my friends made. Everyone involved is so talented and so funny and so good. Please support Canadian content. Go to bestgore.com and type in one lunatic with an ice pick. Thank you. And one more housekeeping thing. A vacuum cleaner. All right, so there's a lot going on in the world. People talking about defunding the police. And defund the police doesn't mean abolish all the police department, okay? That's not what it means, okay? You poor fool. The definition of defund the police is a chain of mountains or hills elevated to form a crest for some distance. You understand now? Yeah. Of course, a lot going on, protests these days. I saw a protest. People were protesting in the middle of the street. There was a car that was trying to get through, and the protesters swarmed the car. And they were all hitting this car, and then it accelerated and hit a woman. She went rolling over the windshield, flipped around in the air. Her bones were cracking like popsicle sticks. And then she landed on the ground, dead. Nobody could believe it. Then the car turned around, flashed its windshield wipers, and blinked its lights twice as if to say hello. Ladies and gentlemen, that car was Herbie the Love Bug. So how could you be mad? I tell you, I'm kind of a controversial figure. Yeah, I've been silenced. Morris, I've been blacklisted, blackballed, fired from my job at Purdy's Chocolates. All for the mere suggestion that there is a Peekaboo, an ice-type Pikachu. It knows water gun. You know how it is. But, things are... Yeah, thank you. Morris, things are opening back up again? Yeah. I went to Dairy Queen today. I got the Blizzard of the month. I believe it was vanilla. Anyway... As the girl was handing it to me, she turned it all the way upside down like this. I'm glad I didn't order the French fries. Thank you. You know how it is, though. But I'm like a traditional guy, I'm a traditional guy. I'll say it again, I'm a traditional guy. I know it's not popular, but I believe marriage is a sacred act between a man and a goose. Thank you. I strongly support fracking, only if fracking means fucking while jacking off. Thank you.
Peg loves it. Yeah. Peggy's gonna go frack in the bathroom.
That's right. Let's see now. I have big dick energy. Oh wait, no, I have botched circumcision injury. That's different. I'm told that's different. But I try my best. I'm trying to eat better. I'm getting kind of, you can't even eat syrup anymore. So I'm trying to eat better. I'm on the Ripley's Believe It or Not diet. Yes, I'm only eating screws and bicycle parts. Thank you. Let's get serious for a moment, though. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. You know what I mean? 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That's the time on my birth certificate. That's the amount of time it takes for me to decide my side at Wendy's. Broccoli and cheese potato? Ooh la la, I feel like I'm in Grand Paris. Though. It is what it is. Hey, I got here on the ferry this morning. You have to wear the mask on the ferry now. You see this? Have you heard about this? Yeah, I had my mask on, Morris. It was one of those Halloween ghost face masks with the blood in it. So they don't like that. They don't like that on the ferry. It's hard to make friends on the ferry, though. Everyone keeps to themselves. I figured out a way to make friends on the ferry. You go to the outside part, you hang on to the railing, and then you lean way far till you're almost in the water, and then you say, "Man, nobody cares about me. I wish I could just disappear forever." And then everyone's really worried about you. They come over and say hello. The captain comes out, you get a blanket, you can drive the ship or whatever. I don't know. But it's not all bad. I'm in quarantine. I mean, not now, but I've been in quarantine. And I've been playing a lot of Fallout 3, and I realized, this is such a waste of time. Why am I playing this game the whole quarantine? I should really do something different. So now I'm playing Fallout New Vegas. So, yeah, that's how it is, though. But, I have a beautiful girlfriend to be with me in these trying times. I popped the question to my girlfriend. I said, "What's your phone password? I know you're cheating on me. Give me your phone. I want to see who you've been talking to." You know how it is, though. But this virus is confusing, right? Nobody knows where it came from. Some people say that it was a bioweapon leaked from a laboratory. Others say it came from a wet market. Others say it came from Lizzo's pussy flaps. So I don't know what to believe. You don't know what to believe these days. Who's Lizzo? Oh my God. Everyone in the chat right now, say who Lizzo is. No, don't do that. Never mind. Well, I guess I'll wrap this up now. I went to Domino's during quarantine. I don't know about these new toppings they have now. I ordered the sneeze pizza. The sneeze pizza. Well, I tried my best. That's what it's about, Morris. Yeah. And thanks for having me on the show. This was really fun. I ran out of words on my paper here, so maybe we'll get Morris back up here. Thank you.
Colton Turcotte, everyone.
Fuck yeah.
He's too weird for words. How is he? Listen, he should not be allowed outdoors. We can tell that, right?
He just doesn't look like he goes outdoors, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I love how, when some of them didn't land, he would just do it over again.
Hey, bro.
Sneeze pizza. It's fantastic.
I'm like, I do know how it is, Colton.
I do know how it is, Colton.
Yeah.
He's got a very Norm Macdonald energy, right?
I love it, dude. That's such a good set. Thank you so much for coming over,
Thank
man.
you
We
so
do
much,
appreciate
Colton.
it.
We
Yeah, no,
love
for real,
you.
dude.
You're
That was
the
fucking
best.
rad.
Honestly,
we were like so stoked.
you're a treasure. You're a treasure. Everyone else is garbage who I would cut in the throat in an instant. You're the only one in this room. Actually, I would keep you two, Ty. Everybody else, you're all dead to me. Everybody in the chat, you're not as important as Colton Turcotte. Okay. Should we do it? Let's carry on.
Yes.
Okay. Your next act, he's one of our hustling young bloods around here. He's he's very decent. He's told me that he's just gonna try and wing it. He's just gonna bob and weave up here, and we're gonna see if he ends up one of our human sacrifices. Have we told the internet about our human sacrifices? So the deal of the show is that I am a mildly acceptable comedian, and that gives me access to decent comedians and other arts weirdos. And I bring them on here, and I make them do, their rawest, their strangest, their most late night, their most powerful something. I make them do something. And sometimes it works great. Sometimes you see raw comedic magic, right? Sometimes you see nuclear fission on stage here, and we all die of radiation poisoning. But every once in a while, we strap a comic into a booster rocket and we send him the fuck up into space, and the calculations are wrong, and he comes down a burnt crisp, and we pin a medal to his charred corpse. And one of those two things is going to happen right fucking now. Let's do it. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the one and only Peter Grant.
Cheers, mate. That was good. That was probably the best intro I've ever had. Yeah. Just set me up. This is the bad side. This is the good side over here I'm feeling good and bad behind me. Because you're like me shaman.
Oh, all right.
Dude, you took me out for a joint before, and then I'm coming in and you're playing all these jams. I'm like, fuck, dude, what's happening here? And then Morris is over here just going, fuck this guy. So I appreciate it. I know where I sit. We like that good cop, bad cop shit. Yeah, it will change at some point. I can't imagine you being the good one, though.
So I'm now the bad cop?
No, like tonight's the only time, but I couldn't imagine it. Dude,
right.
I'm telling you, this joint, man.
He's like, he asked me what it was. He's like, what is this? I was like, it's weed.
It's weed. But dude, that's the thing, because in Australia, because I grew up in Australia, if you guys can't tell by my voice already, I'm Australian. But I grew up in Australia, and when you got weed in Australia, it was just weed. They just give you weed. There was no sativa, indica.
Right.
There was no percentages of whatever, and it does this, it does this. It's just like, hey, man, lucky dip, have a joint, there you go, and you're off on your way.
You were like, I need weed, and they just gave you Coke.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it explains me a little bit, doesn't it?
It's Australia.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's $350 a gram over there. Because someone's brought it in the country up their asshole, so it's the taxes up the other end. Nah, man. So I got tested for autism a bunch when I was younger, eh? A bunch. Yeah, I got tested for autism. I got tested for them all, like ADHD, bipolar, schizophrenia. Like, it was just like, because I was that kid in class that used to eat paste out of the container. That fucking kid. Yeah, it makes all sense now, eh? Yeah. But I never passed. I never got like their autism green card or whatever they wanted to give me. Because like I'd go in, I got tested so many times. My mom had no idea that I was getting tested, but I'd go in all the time, and to the point that I knew the two blokes testing me. I knew their names. It was Jimmy and Ben. And Jimmy and Ben would come in probably every 3 months, and they say, hey, Peter, we're just going to go do another test. And I'd go off, and I'd do the test. And one time, I went in to do the test, and I looked at the sheet, and I said, oh, sorry, Jimmy, the space between words and numbers needs to be bigger. And Jimmy looks at Ben, and he goes, did this motherfucker just say and 5 times in one sentence, and it made sense? You tell me this motherfucker ain't autistic? And Ben's just like, this motherfucker's Rain Man. The space between words and numbers needs to be bigger. Dude, Colton looks like he's 15 and 50 at the same time. Dude, he's wearing the Japanese hat and the glasses and the Hawaiian shirt. You're ageless, brother. It's fucking sick.
There was just a very polite thank you from the side there. If you guys missed it, it was great.
Dude, what's your old man like? What's your dad like?
He's a good guy. His dad's a good guy.
Dude, this is the thing. I've found so many differences between Australian fathers and Canadian fathers. Because I think you're the byproduct of a Canadian father. So I work with this bloke. A little bit of backstory on him. He's 35. He's got a 2-year-old at home, and his dad's the owner of the company. We usually go outside for a cigarette together. So the other day I was just like, hey, mate, you want to go outside for a cigarette? He goes, no, I can't. Daddy might come. Ooh, you don't say daddy. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But, but in Australia, like, because that's like a Canadian father. That's what I feel like. That's like most people. But with Australians, we sing this song on our birthdays. Like, we sing happy birthday as well, but we sing this other song. We're not that fucked up. But the song that we sing is, why was he born so beautiful? And it was written by both parents. And the first line is written by the mother because it is, why was he born so beautiful? And then the second line, clearly the father, is, why was he born at all? Another explanation of myself. I heard that every year growing up. From my father, Colton, from my father. Marcus. What's your dad's name? Craig? Ray. Ray from the island. Good on Ray. Ray, if you're watching, Colton says g'day. Oh, man. I've been in Vancouver 5 years, though. Like, this is kind of my home now. It's so sick, though, because you see famous people, like celebrities, all the time here, like actors, singers, comics. Not in this room, but, like, out there.
No, absolutely not, no.
Dude, I ran into Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, hey, man, because I'm a big Peppers fan. I was just like, hey, man, can you sing us one of your songs? And he just goes, and that's when I realized it was a homeless guy. But, you know, it sounded like the chorus in Under the Bridge, and like, he had fleas, so I'm putting that down as a win for me. Oh, man. Australia's in lockdown 2.0. Don't know if you guys have heard. Yeah, Australia's gone lockdown 2.0. You heard about Australia going into lockdown 2.0? Yeah. It's because Australia, because we're an island, we have very strict things in place. And when Corona all hit and everything happened, it was everyone locked down. And if there's an international flight that come in, the Defense Force would take you from the airport to the hotel and lock you down for 14 days. Stop the old Rona, right? However, Sydney and Brisbane both said, yeah, cheers, mate. But Melbourne said, nah, we'll take the bouncers that lost jobs at the bars. We'll put them in the hotels, keep them employed. Don't know if you've ever met a bouncer, but they're not the smartest cunts in the world, are they? Oh, yeah, actually? There's a fucking point in case right here.
I stopped like 2 years ago.
Okay, situation here, Morris.
Yeah.
World's ending. Very, very beautiful women. Rows of them, all locked in rooms.
Okay. My dream.
Yes. This is exactly what I'm saying. So 3 days into quarantine, these bouncers were knocking on the women's doors, going in, and what do you think they're doing? Ty, what do you reckon they're doing in there?
Well, they're cleaning, because they're cleaning guys, right?
Bouncers, yeah, cleaning.
Replacing the towels and the soaps.
And getting rid of rats.
Yeah, getting rid. Yeah.
And one other thing. Yeah. And they have a secondary income source because they're bouncers. You'd know that. They go out and drive Uber and they spread the virus around the city. And I'm from Melbourne. That's my people. And I've never been fucking prouder of them. Good on them. Fucking, that's what I say. Good on them. Yeah, that might be my time, actually. I'll leave you with this. You guys probably don't know him. The internet could probably hunt him down. My boss's name's Clayton. If anyone sees him, tell he owes me $50. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter Grant, everyone. That wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was like legit decent,
Better
right?
give that motherfucker that $50, bro.
Right? Oh, Peter, I have a present.
I don't know if you saw the comic that we had earlier on the show, but we'll stick his ass over you.
Right? I have a present for you. Here's the thing, though. You have to promise to wear it. I want people to see the button and ask about it, especially at shows. You can only have it if you're going to wear it. Okay, great. That's fantastic. Very exclusive buttons.
I hated every little bit of that.
Yeah?
I don't know why.
If you want one of these buttons,
I'm just looking
$400 each.
What is this? I don't know why.
You didn't like that at all, hey?
It was just I think it was the opening of the bag that really.
The opening of the tiny mic condom? That's the worst. I gotta be honest with you. I hate this dumb future, and I can't wait till COVID kills us all. Right? Fuck this. I would rather be dead. I can't be dead, so I must make comedy instead. We have one more act for the evening. Do you guys have room in your hearts for one more comedian? Should we do the thing before or after? After. Let's do it now. Your next act, he's a regular on the show. He's a friend of the show. We love him a lot. He's an angry little robot. He's a weird little Tasmanian devil. He's a 27-year-old virgin. And in fact, it is his birthday today. He's spending his birthday here with us. We are very honored that he did not have any actual friends he could be spending time with, and instead is talking to us and to you, the internet. So let's do that cheesy thing that everybody fucking hates as he comes on stage. We'll give him a little song. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the one and only Robert Pang.
I'm going to play China Girl instead.
Birthday to you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Happy birthday.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Oh my God. Fuck. Oh my God. What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. This is like the opium war all over again. Oh my God, the British guy with a gun and just fucking blow your face. It's like, there was pressure in that shit. Like, I felt it on my face. Like, holy fuck.
It was meant to be interpreted as an attack.
Yeah, it was an attack. Oh my God, an occupy of sorts. I don't know. Yeah, it's my birthday today. I celebrated a birthday like I celebrate every birthday since the first one. I lay in bed and cry. That's what I do. Like, oh my God. Everyone's like, do you got any plans, Robert? You got any plans? My plan is not have a plan, okay? Fuck that. Birthday is stupid. Like, it's the stupidest shit. Right? Morris is attacking me with a cannon. Like, what the fuck is this shit? There's confetti everywhere. Right? Look at all the paper we're wasting. Like, oh my God. Like, African children could use this paper for paper mache. So they can paper mache a fake lion, so it stopped the hyenas from attacking. I don't know. I need
Scarecrow lion.
Yeah, like a scarecrow lion. They need a scarecrow lion, or the hyenas will attack and start eating babies. Inconsiderate, Morris. Inconsiderate. It happens. It happens. Google it. You gotta have.
I'm on your side.
Yes, yes. Trust me, okay? Donate your paper to Africa. They need the fucking paper mache lions, okay? I could have went with the warlord angle, but I didn't. So it's better. If I went with the warlord angle, it would be like a paper mache child soldier, and then it would have been awkward and dark. It was good. It was good that I didn't do that. I never had a surprise party, which is good. Because, like, this surprise party is bullshit, okay? Because, like, imagine, like, you worked your whole day. You're like, oh, my God, I'm grinding that 9 to 5. I can't wait to go home and play StarCraft. And then you walk in and everyone is like, surprise! And it's like, oh, shit, now it hails you people. Like, fuck that. Like, I don't... Jesus Christ, right? Like a surprise party is never nice because the party is always a big party. It's like, oh my God, that means I can't even play the good board games. Okay, I have to play like shitty board games, like Cards Against Humanity. Like, fuck that. Just like, oh, describe the president. Oh, dick face. Ah ha ha. Fuck. Jesus Christ, like Card Against you. Fuck that. I want to play Catan with 4 people, and I can't break the group up because if you break the group up, that means one group is going to play the awesome board game, another group plays the awesome board game. That would have been amazing, but we can't do that because we got to all hang out as a group because everyone want to play board game with a birthday boy. Like, fuck that. I just bullshit, right? And also the cake is never nice. All right, it's never a good cake because you invited too many people. It's always a square cake, right? Fuck. All right, listen. Square cake is not a symbol of love, okay? Like Mercedes, you're the only one who has a real job here. You understand, like office politics, right? With the fucking square cake, right? That's not a sign of love, okay? It's all sugar, okay? It's a sign of population control, all right? They just want you to get the diabetes from the fucking cake, so you die buy so we will have less for the next birthday party. I had a birthday party alone, and it was amazing. I bought a mango cake for $30 at a Chinese bakery. It was fucking full of mangoes, and it was delicious. And I can eat that all by myself because fuck you. Fuck you. All right, I am loving the lonely life. And also now I have an excuse because it's Corona, right? I can't invite people because of Corona. So like I'm all alone and I'm being a hero. I'm loving this. I'm a hero, okay? Jesus. I am a hero. Oh my God, give it up. I was alone on my birthday. That makes me a good person. I don't fucking imagine wearing masks on your birthday, like when you're saying happy birthday and no one's smiling at you. Just oh my God, everyone's in a mask. It's like a birthday party for ninjas. It's just like Naruto's just like gonna. Fucking, I don't know. I realize like the problem with my comedy is like I don't have a life. That's the issue left for me. Like right now I am so subjective to peer pressure right now. Like I could do any, like remember in high school where like kids dare you to do shit? I am at that level right now but instead of being like, oh, you should do this or you're a chicken, it's oh, you should do this for jokes. That's like I could smoke crack right now if someone's like, oh my God, it will be hilarious if you smoke crack, right? Like Robert Peng. Oh, Jesus Christ, Morris, don't tempt me. I would do anything right now. Like, I would kill a person for jokes right now. Like, I don't... What? Yeah, it's hard for a comedian to get jokes. I'm a lonely human being. You know how... I milked my virginity for like 2 years, all right? I need fucking new shit, right? I need to just bury a hooker and then tell it on stage. That would be great. That's why I don't... Not to say I don't want to... threaten the hookers in the audience. I need listen, hookers, I need you to get laid. Like I won't bury the first hooker, but the second hooker I might bury for laugh. Because the first hooker, I really need to beg somebody to get rid of this virginity-ness. It's hard. All right?
It's like 90% of our demographic.
Oh my God.
Hookers.
See? Okay, don't worry. I'll be like, listen, if you're watching this hooker, you just spread the word out that there's an Asian man out there. The first bang, I will tip like double. I will tip double for the first tip. And then the second one, I will not tip because she'll be dead. But like the first one. So if I tip her double, you're the first hooker. Good job. You won. You won. Yeah. Well, yeah, no. The first time I will buy a hooker, it'll be really desperate. I will have no idea what I'm doing, right? It'll be obvious that, because obviously, it'll be obvious because I have all the virginity built up in me. So like when I go at it, it's gonna be like, ah! And then the second hooker, I'll be like, ah, again, because that's how you murder someone, I assume. All right. This is all jokes, by the way. Don't cancel me, you hookers in the audience. Jesus Christ. This is all jokes. Do I look like I can kill a hooker? No, I can't. All right, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah. Like, I don't even know. Okay, listen. For the last 2 days, I was like just watching YouTube video of how to deal with a cop. Like, I'm ever gonna talk to a cop. Like, seriously. Like, if I cross the border with a pack of cocaine in my car, the cop would be like, "What do you have? Why do you have flour on your seat? What are you gonna do? Play Dota? God, fuck, I don't know. That was a stupid joke. No, it's like, oh, look, you have so much crack. What are you gonna use the crack for? A LAN party? Like, I don't. Fucking stupid. I'm riffing the joke out, okay? I'm working on the joke of how I won't be identified by the police. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. By the way, this goes with my this goes with my goal, living the life thing, getting the life thing. I smoked weed recently. Right? I got high for the first time, like recently. Because that wasn't even my first time smoking weed. Like, fucking comedians are fucking terrible father figures. Like, they're fucking awful at teaching shit. Like, I smoked weed with a lot of comedians, including a black comedian who smokes weed all the time. He never taught me how to fucking smoke weed. And that is bullshit, okay? Because I thought I had immunity from weed. I thought I was like, oh, I can smoke all the weed I want, no problem. No, it turned out I was smoking the weed wrong. You gotta smoke it and then you gotta breathe it in. I thought you just suck it. You don't just suck it. You gotta. What is that motion?
Inhaling.
You gotta inhale it.
Inhale.
Yeah, you gotta get it in your lung, right? You're not gonna get stomach cancer. You get lung cancer. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand.
That's right.
So I was smoking weed with this black comedian, Oladada, if you don't know. He's black, he smokes weed. Police arrest him. I don't know, no.
You had a birthday too
What?
recently.
No, weed is legal now, so it's...
Robert Payne does not necessarily represent the show.
He's just on it a lot.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. No, arrest him for not teaching me how to smoke weed because this is Canada. Weed is legal now. Everyone should have the right to know how to smoke weed because I didn't, right? Like the last time I smoked weed with him, he brought out like this big blunt, like like the Snoop Dogg level blunt, right? The level of blunt that rappers smoke to get ideas, I guess. I don't know why rappers smoke weed, but like so he was like he was smoking the weed properly. I was smoking the weed improperly. He got high as fuck, and then he was like, "Whoa, Robert, did the weed not affect you at all?" I'm like, "No, because I smoked it the wrong way. I sucked it all into my stomach." So like so it was wrong. So I thought I had immunity from weed. So I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, let's all smoke weed. So the next time I smoked weed, it was at a comedy show that I drove to because I'm rich and I have glasses and shit, right? So I drove to the comedy show. I'm like, yeah, let's smoke some weed with Gerard Caribbean, who is this Armenian guy who doesn't look like he smoked weed, but he totally does. And he smokes a lot of weed. And then it was just like, so I smoked weed with him. And then he was like, oh, you got to suck it in, Robert. And then when I actually sucked it in, I got high as fuck. And I don't know how to drive after that. And I'm Asian anyway, so I'm already bad at driving. So it was stupid. It was fucked up time. I still got home. I still drove. Actually, I drove Adam Jacobson home when we watched UFC together.
What? Where is he?
Exactly. Where is he? Oh God. Speaking of Adam Jacobson, like we watched UFC. No, but we.
You've even been on the show.
I know. That's why we can make fun of him. No, we're making fun of the other guy who showed up to the party. Like, is Keller watching this? Tanner, can you tell if Reeve is watching this?
Keller Reeves, if you're watching this, please say something in chat.
Yeah, because that next bit is about you. Okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, we gotta wait about 30 seconds. There's
Jesus
a delay.
Christ! All right, I'm just telling the story, right? Like, okay. Keller Reeves showed up late because that's because it's not because he's a piece of shit, but like he was helping someone move, which is nice. But like. We had a nice vibe going before Keller Reeves showed up, all right? Because when I watch sport, I like to shut up and like, yeah. When I watch, what did I say? You said sport. Yeah. When I watch the sport, when I watch a sport, I like to watch a sport. But like every time, like when he showed up, every time there's a fight, he starting random topics up for no reason. Right? Was that annoying to you guys as well?
I was so high, I did not remember any.
Yeah. He was talking about random shit while we were trying to watch sports and try to watch the girls beat up each other in UFC. So watching girls beat up each other, usually that's pornography. But we were watching the UFC and the girls are beating up each other. It was a highlight of the thing, and then he was like, I don't. Okay. So we were watching it. It was a highlight, and then he started bringing up topics like Roadhouse. Like, I don't care. I want to watch the sport. It's a work in progress joke. We watched UFC.
We did.
That was the first time of me getting a live, so I was just like, yeah. Once I. Yeah.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, which is good.
We got you really high.
It was important. Yeah, and then I drove home like no problem. Like. You did feed me a cookie.
Yeah, but that one wasn't as good as the cookies that
you see. This is the issue. This is the issue, okay? You can't just convince a guy who never smoked weed that he can handle the weed because I thought I could handle it.
You could. You did. You did great.
Yeah, I know, but I was like fuzzy and shit, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Like every time I smoke weed, it's like
no one cares about your inner dialogue.
Like I've never had a good trip because every time I drove to the place where I had the trip with, and I had to drive home, so every time I smoke weed, I was like, how the fuck do I get home? And then the weed escalates the highness, and then
you gotta embrace that.
Super high. I gotta embrace that shit.
Paranoia. You gotta
embrace the paranoia.
You do. You just gotta get.
Oh my God! Is that how conspiracy theories started?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I'm pretty sure that's how Rogan and Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, that's how Alex Jones got to where he is, right? Oh my God.
Lizard pipe.
Yeah, I don't. By the way, this is like most of my D&D group, like Victoria is my D&D group, Morris is my D&D group, it's Adam Jacobson is my D&D group. Like it happens exactly as you think. Like Adam Jacobson every time. Like we never even mentioned that Adam Jacobson was Jewish. Like so like that Hitler reference gone over everybody's head. So like
I think they got it.
No, but he doesn't have a Jewish name. Like Jacobson isn't a Jewish name, right?
Nah.
You gotta be like Goldstein or something. Oh my god. Is that how this works?
I'll make Adolf Hitler jokes all day, but I have a line, sir.
Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. This is literally my podcast, by the way. I talk about this stuff on my podcast. Check it out on my podcast. And this is great. This is great. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Yeah.
Robert Peng, everyone. Also, Robert, have I given you an official meltdown button yet? I don't know where I put it. I'll hit you up with one later. I'm sorry. We actually were going to get him a hooker for his birthday.
We were.
Yeah, but we found out that he only wants hookers that are dressed as League of Legends characters. So,
Which is still very doable.
it's very doable, but he needs the expensive kinds of costumes. We can't.
Yeah, Tanner actually pointed this out because I was like, dude, what's the deal? Like, we go to fucking bizarre novelty, get a fucking costume, we're ready to go. And then Tanner's like,
we'll just have some chick dressed as a pirate. That'll be Miss Fortune, and that'll be enough.
His taste for double stitching is much higher than that.
Yeah. Listen, he called me out as a D&D player from the stage. That's a fucking heavy nerd.
Yeah.
Robert, if you were going to fuck a League of Legends character, which one would it be? Janna.
That's a League of Legends name?
Yeah.
There was no hesitation on that.
She's a super skinny blonde bitch wearing just a little cloud.
Janna,
and
I got
a couple of clouds. Yeah, of course. I'm in your D&D group. I have discovered this. I know I probably shouldn't be saying more things near the end of the show, but I've discovered this about myself. No matter who I am, who I become, what I go through in life, I will just keep always being a nerd. In the same way that Ty just absorbs sports knowledge through his fucking skin. He just knows who all the fighters are and shit. I just know everything that's going on in comic books and nerd shit, even though I actively try to avoid it.
You can't help it, though.
It's in my genes. It's in my blood.
We love you for it. We love you for it.
Eventually, I'm going to have a child that has a head that's just, it's going to be 80% head. I'm going to make a super... Okay, listen.
Yeah. Next week's episode.
Okay, guys, that I think was our show. We had some fantastic shit and some strange shit. I promised you two things today. I promised you good comedy. Did I deliver you guys some good comedy? Good. I promised you guys some bad comedy. Did I deliver you some bad comedy? Good. Excellent. You can find us as always on vancouvercomedy.ca. Wherever you're watching this, do all the internet things. You know how it's done. Come down to Havana on a Sunday night and see us. We love you. I've been Morris Bartlett. This has been Ty Beasanol. This has been The Meltdown. You've been great. Thank you. Good night. Free the Uyghurs.